it's Eva, and welcome to my new books of the month. It's that time of the month where I get to look through the books that are being launched next month, so I know to put them on my TBRs, and when I go to bookstores, I know what I'm looking at, and books that I'm actually interested in, don't waste a lot of time. And so yeah, there was like 200 releases I looked through this month. Once again, I picked 5 that sounded interesting to me, or authors I knew that I would definitely probably be drawn toward them. So let's start with the 5th. This is not a big launching reading month. Some months have like 500, 600 books, but yeah, 200 doesn't seem like that many. Anyway, the first book is Say You Still Love Me by K.A. Tucker, and it comes out August 6th. Book first off, because I read The Simple Wow by K.A. Tucker, hadn't read anything by her. It was a YouTube recommendation, and I absolutely love the book. And she writes romance, and I like me some chick lit romance. So it was actually beautiful setting. She set it in Alaska, and it was beautiful. This book is a completely different book. It is set in where a lot of books are set in, I don't know, businesses, but yeah. So this girl works as a VP at her dad's real estate business, and it's a multi-million-dollar business. And she has to work next door in the glass office. Next door is her ex-fiance, and he is super narcissistic. She doesn't like him. And along comes in this boy who was like her childhood crush, love, and he is kind of mean towards her and cold towards her and acts like he doesn't know her or know her name. And he is the security guard for, I think, what's the company called? For Callaway Group Industries, he's the security guard. So she's trying to get underneath all that, and I think she kind of eventually does. But yeah, that one sounded interesting, and since I like The Simple Wild so much, I'm probably going to enjoy this one. This one does come out August 6th, by the way. The next book is Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Center. This comes out August 13th. So this tells a story. The reason I picked this book is kind of hard sometimes because a lot of chick lit kind of sounds the same, but this one had a lot of good reviews, so that's why I ended up picking it from all the other chick lit. But this one was about a girl who is a firefighter, and she's in a very male-dominated society. She lives in Texas, I believe, and then she gets called back home because her mom is ailing. So she moves to a Boston firefighter place, and immediately there's just a lot of different changes. Like they aren't paid, the facility isn't taken care of as well. They're kind of like rough and like kind of more like old school kind of guys. They're not into having a girl around. There's kind of a lack of funding. It's in a poor area. And so there's a rookie around, and he kind of doesn't care that she doesn't want to date firefighters. She wants to be professional, and he kind of doesn't care what everybody else thinks. So she might break all her rules. We'll see. It's a romance, I'm sure. So we'll see. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she doesn't. Book number 3 is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow and Rowell, and illustrated by Faith Erin Hicks. This comes out August 27th. This is about Deha and Josiah. Deha and Josiah. I have no idea. Tell me if you know how to pronounce the name. But they work in a pumpkin patch. It is like their last day, I think, at the pumpkin patch. And Deha wants to go on a bit of adventure, do something grand, and Josiah just wants to sulk and everything. I don't really know. But yeah. So that's what he wants to remember things. Go back and be nostalgic. So anyways, I picked this book. I wouldn't have picked this by the description at all, but I love Rainbow and Rowell, and it's a graphic novel, and it looked cool, and looking through some of the pictures, it looked really cool, and I like graphic novels, and I love Rainbow and Rowell, so I bet it's a good story underneath kind of that crappier synopsis. And yeah, that's the reason I picked it. So book number 4 is The Winemaker's Wife by Kristen Harmel. It comes out August 13th. So if you know me, I'm always picking historical romances or historical novels of some sort. This is another World War II novel this year. This is set in 1940 Champagne, France, and Germany has just invaded. I know we didn't start the war until 1941, but over in Europe it started quite a bit before us in 1939. So yeah, 1940 Germany is invaded, and the wife, I think it's told from the wife's perspective, but the wife's husband, they own this big chateau. They're obviously a winery, and the wife's husband has decided to start hiding munitions for the resistance, and she's really hesitant and mad about it because the chef's their wife is half Jew, and they've heard all these things about the Jewish being deported and everything and all these horrible things about the Jews. So she's like upset with her husband. And I think it's like the two women getting together, I believe, because people compared this to like the Nightingale kind of story. So I think it's more like a woman sisterhood wartime story. Again, I know I've picked a lot of those this year, but I'm a sucker for them. I absolutely love them. Anyway, so Larry last book is book number 5, and it is A Fire of Sparkling by Julian McLean. And this one, I believe, comes out August 13th as well. It's a like forward in time, flashback time. It's also a historical novel. This young girl like gets out of this bad romance situation, and then she finds this picture of her grandmother and a Nazi, and so she has to dig through the family facts to figure out what happened there. So flashbacks 1939. There's a girl named Vivian Hughes, and she has fallen in love with a handsome British captain, and her life gets completely destroyed by the Blitz, and that's kind of where the synopsis leaves off. So you get to find out why there's a picture of her and the Nazi, and it sounded good. It had very, very good reviews, so I'm excited about this one as well. And yeah, so those are all the books I'm excited for that are releasing this August. Please tell me if I missed any. I miss them all the time, so just tell me down below if I missed any. And yeah, and don't forget to subscribe down below if you like books or Harry Potter or Disney or book reviews or TBRs or wrap-ups. And I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys next time. Bye!